So this is the start of our airfoil practice kit. Sam is currently cutting out wing stabilizers out of an angle bracket, and he's grinding them and getting them into shape. The blue you see on the metal on the table is a protective vinyl, and we're using a soldering iron to cut out the rivet holes so that we don't scratch the wing surface.
So the first thing we do is we take those stiffeners that I had trimmed and then took over to the grinder, and we're mounting those on these skins. First with clecos, and then we drill everything out, and then you see us go over to the right to the dimpling machine, and we dimple because we're preparing to actually rivet those stiffeners to those skins, both the top and bottom skins.
We're currently riveting using the rivet gun and a bucking bar behind.
I believe we were back riveting onto the plate that's on the table there. Cleaned up for the day, came back the next day.
And those blue buckets on the workbench there are clecos. They come in two different sizes, well, multiple different sizes, but we primarily are using two different sizes, 3/32 and a 1/8.
A lot of this practice kit is similar to when we go to build the plane. It's a matter of putting the pieces together, putting clecos to hold everything together. Clecos are just pins with springs that hold everything together. Then you drill the holes, and then you basically take everything apart, deburr the holes, dimple, and then you cleco everything back together again. But this time you remove a cleco and you put a rivet in, and you just work down the line that way. So a lot of the plane, and you'll see this in the future, is putting whole assemblies together, making sure everything lines up right so that you can drill all the holes, and then you take everything apart and deburr the holes and prepare them for rivets. You can see the airfoil there on the right of the screen. Well, now it's down in the center. It's all clecoed together, no rivets yet, but that's what we're getting ready to work on, taking the clecos out, putting one rivet in at a time. Kelsey's deburring everything right now, making sure there's no metal pieces. I was just over dimpling the skin, and right there we riveted the skeleton together quickly. A lot of time is spent reading the instructions, rereading the instructions, and then reading them again.
And watching a video
watching
or
videos. Exactly. And this is just a practice kit.
Yeah.
It's our third one, so we're feeling pretty confident.
As you see there, I'm putting in clecos into the airfoil to hold all the pieces together to be riveted.
Now we're making a special wood jig that goes onto the corner of the workbench to actually hold this practice airfoil in place with all the clecos, and that's what will keep it stable. When we do the skins, we're going to have to use the rivet gun and bucking bar behind it, so it's a two-person operation. And what we found works best is Kelsey operates the rivet gun and I do the bucking bar.
It took us a while to get there because I was a little bit afraid of the power of the rivet gun to start with. But we came up with a pretty good system. As you see there, Sam is sliding his hand in between the pieces of metal so that we can try to get a good angle on the rivets.
Now, one of the last pieces on this practice kit is a wedge that goes in where the two skins come together, and it'll show up here soon. We were waiting for a special tool. Seems like we're ordering tools on a weekly basis, what we need. But the special tool helps hold that wedge in the drill press, and then that'll be the final thing that we rivet. There we're using a pipe to bend the front of the airfoil to round the aluminum skins before we rivet those together.